Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are fine. Welcome back to my channel Drawing Time with Story. If you are new in my channel, I will introduce myself and my channel with you. I am Suraya Parveen, and in my channel I select an object or a theme to draw, and while drawing you will not get bored. Why? Because I will tell you a story, I will share my personal experiences with you, or we just gossip with the topic. I will deliver you some information so you will not get bored. We will gossip together, we will draw together, we will enjoy together. So, as you saw, my today's theme is fireworks, and I will tell you a story about fireworks. The story was written by Tom Gillespie. So let's jump to the story. The story started in such a way that a woman, she is very tired and she is cleaning her bedroom, her trashing bins. So she is some sort of cleaning her room, and she became very tired. So by now her movements were becoming frantic. She went to the wardrobe and filled another 3 bags with sweets, shirts, ties, jeans, jogging pants, sweaters, and shoes. She pulled out the boxes from under the bed and removed the junk that had collected there. Downstairs, she rifled through the CDs, and after that, the books, the graphic novels, thrillers, travel companions, computer guides, and poetry. Then, without coming up for a year, she moved on to the photo albums, and the letters, and the framed pictures, and the small porcelain gifts. All of it she bagged and binned, ready for tomorrow's collection. Finally, she went out to the shed. There she found the toolbox and assorted dye equipment and trashed the lot. She searched the shelves and drawers for any other items to dispose of, and in the bottom of a cupboard beneath the gardening gloves, she discovered them. It was her 40th birthday, and he had bought her fireworks to celebrate. It was one of his annual dinner party jokes that they should put her on a bonfire instead of Guy Fawkes. But she never set them off because he had been called away to a conference in Swindon, and she was left to party on her own. So now, 5 months later, they had resurfaced. She looked at them for a minute, feeling some kind of sadness. Then she threw them in the dustbin along with the power tools. Back in the house, she poured herself a brandy and sank down exhausted on the sofa. It was starting to get dark. After she had polished off another glass, she started thinking about the fireworks again. She went outside and retrieved the box from the bin. She returned to the kitchen to examine the contents more carefully. There was all the usual stuff: a Catherine wheel, a couple of fountains, a jack in the box, and 2 or 3 rockets. As she lifted them out, a note fell to the floor. On it, he had written. She put the fireworks back in the box and went out in the garden. And the letter was that, "To my love rocket, you fill my sky with light." She set up the Catherine wheel on the back gate post. She twisted his note into a long thin strip and put a match to it. It burned slowly, just like a real taper. She lit the fuse, and within seconds the Catherine wheel started to spin. Sparks flew off into the darkness. Soon, a child appeared at the fence. "What are you doing?" she asked, celebrating. Then she lit the jack in the box, and it bounced and fizzed across the lawn. The little girl got scared and moved back. After a while, she was joined by more inquisitive visitors as some of the neighbors gathered at the fence. "Why did you get fireworks at this time of year? What is all in aid of?" But she ignored them and continued to empty the box. Eventually, she was down to the last rocket. She had saved the biggest till last, and this was her grand finale. She stuck the tail in the ground and lit the touch paper with the remnants of its screwed up inscription. She stood well back and waited. The fuse paper glowed, fizzled, and then went out. The neighbors shied. She tried again. Nothing. She went into the kitchen and found a box of household matches. She returned and put a match to the fuse. Nothing still. She tore off a strip of card from the fireworks box and used that as a taper. The cardboard produced a healthy flame, and this time the fuse sparked back into life. The rocket screamed and the shot straight up into the air. The neighbors gasped and applauded, and the little girl ran into her house. Then, with one almighty bang, a spectacular display of light filled the sky. Multicolored balls of fire scattered in all directions and then exploded as they dropped back to earth. Wave after wave of fury danced across the garden. Then, with one last whimper, it was all over, and darkness returned again. The neighbors wandered back to their evening rituals. She bundled up the empty firework cases and laid them out with all the rest of his stuff. It was cold now, and a frost was beginning to settle on the lawn. She buttoned up her coat and went back inside. So, this is the end of the story, but we have enough time to gossip. So, do you want to know what is the history of fireworks? I will let you know. Many historians believe that fireworks originally were developed in the 2nd century BC in ancient Liang, China. It is believed that the first natural firecrackers were bamboo stalks that, when thrown in a fire, would explode with a bang because of the overheating of the hollow air pockets in the bamboo. The Chinese believed these natural firecrackers would ward off evil spirits. Sometime during the period 600 to 900 AD, legend has it that a Chinese mixed potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal to produce a black, flaky powder, the first gunpowder. This powder was poured into hollowed out bamboo sticks and later steel paper tubes, forming the first man-made fireworks. Fireworks made their way to Europe in the 13th century, and by the 15th century, they were widely used for religious festivals and public entertainment. The Italians were the first Europeans to manufacture fireworks, and European rulers were especially fond of the use of fireworks to enchant their subjects and illuminate their castles on important occasions. Early US settlers brought their love of fireworks with them to the New World, and fireworks were part of the very first Independence Day, a tradition that continues every 4th of July when we celebrate as John Adams had hoped with pomp, parade, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other. Americans' spirit of celebration continued to grow, and in the late 18th century, politicians used displays to attract crowds to their speeches. While July 4th is still the big day, Americans continue to use fireworks year-round to celebrate at festivals, special events, and sporting traditions such as the Olympics and Super Bowl. Fireworks entertainment generates dollars as well as smiles. Thunder over Louisville is one of the country's largest fireworks displays, and an economic study conducted by the Derby Festival determined that thunder generates more than $56 million for the local economy. But more than anything else, when you think of the fireworks, you think of the 4th of July and the celebration of our country's independence. Fireworks have been with Americans since our nation's beginning, and this is why the APU will continue its work to preserve and promote an American tradition. So, we heard a story about fireworks, we knew the history of fireworks, but what is actually fireworks? Fireworks are a class of low explosive pyrotechnic devices used for aesthetic and entertainment purposes. The most common use of a firework is as part of a fireworks display. It is also called a fireworks show or pyrotechnics, a display of the effects produced by firework devices. Fireworks take many forms to produce the four primary effects, that is noise, light, smoke, as well as floating materials. That is the most aesthetic part of the fireworks. They may be designed to burn with colors, flames, and sparks including red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and silver. Displays are common throughout the world and are the focal point of many cultural and religious celebrations. Improper use of fireworks may be dangerous, both to the person operating them, risks of burns and wounds, and to bystanders. In addition, they may start fires after landing on flammable material. So be careful when you are prone to the fireworks. So how was the drawing and the story today and the narration today? Please let me know in my comment section. My comment section is always free for you. I always try to read every comments and reply them. So please leave a comment. How do you feel about my channel and my drawing? I will wait for your review. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get notified of my new videos. Bye.